Financial, just going live here. If you're connecting and you want to talk with me, put a message in the chat. But here's the thing. I really wanted to jump on here for a second because honestly, I'm again getting a little annoyed. So we have been doing life insurance, banking yourself, infinite banking, all of those things. And as we've been doing that, we've learned a ton. We've also learned that a lot of people's plan, it still isn't bringing peace. As much as we want to help them, a lot of times we do help them and they have more peace working with us. But if they're in, I don't know, Wall Street, there is no peace at all. There's a missing step in their money management. There's something wrong. And so, what we've been thinking about a lot, and a lot meaning a long time for us, so much so that we wrote a book on it. And people still think all you do is the financial stuff, the life insurance and annuities and all of that, which is good. Life insurance and annuities are great. I love that we get to help people in that. But then they come back to us and say, "There's something missing. There's something that I'm not getting." And so we've been, again, thinking about it, knowing that we sell life insurance, we do this thing, we help people in this way, but there's something more. There's something even that we've been afraid to let out of the bag a lot of times because we're saying, well, who are we to share this? Who are we to do these kind of things? And so what we've been thinking about a lot is a lot of people were or are like us, where they've done all the right things. They have budgeted like we have. We've done the budgeting thing. We've even created courses on the stuff, right? And I think there's a reason that we still create those kind of things. But here's the thing. Um, we've sat across from entrepreneurs with seven-figure portfolios and they still feel like they're one bad month away from disaster. And we've seen couples who finally paid off their debt, but they still can't sleep well at night. That then we learned and we realized it isn't always about the money. It's what's happening under the surface. It's what happening under the money that really matters. And so we've thought about that a lot. We've um, really, I mean, literally, we wrote a book about it. When people think we don't think about this stuff, I'm like, hello, Five Smooth Stones. This is a book that we created to help people think through their financial mindset. So with that, we again wrote a book, and I would recommend people get it, Five Smooth Stones. And we've also had a methodology called Five Smooth Stones. Somebody sent this to us. You see that? These rocks. It's not about the policy. It's again about something deeper, something more in our core. Now, explaining that to people is very hard. Explaining it to people is a challenge because they think, well, you're just selling life insurance, or you just want to do an estate plan, or you just want to do all of this other stuff. You're just trying to sell me. And that is farthest from the truth. That is not what we're trying to do or what we want to do. I mean, of course, I want to make money, I want to provide for my family, I want to do all those things. But there's something else deeper to me, something else that I think we all sense. We all kind of feel. And I'm asking you guys, do you feel it? That something is broken, that the systems we've been doing our finances on hasn't worked out for us. That the things that we've said would work, that we were told would work, hasn't. And so that leads me to more things, right? So people realize that most financial advice, it piles up on more to-dos, but peace doesn't come from a better plans. It doesn't come from the spreadsheets. I mean, we've done the spreadsheets. That doesn't help you out of survival mode. If you need to reset something more, if you don't have control of the stories and the patterns that are running in your mind, no amount of planning is ever going to feel like you've overcome that, right? So we have to think smarter. We have to build something more internally in us. And so that's something that, again, I've been thinking about a lot. Amanda's written books about it. We are creating a whole thing on Substack called the Counterflow Movement and saying, all right, guys, somebody needs to do something about this. And again, as we're going through this, people are asking me, well, wait, you just want to get this for a policy? No, I want to help people build a good foundation. I want to also use the technology that we have at our fingertips to help us make the right financial choices that help us sleep well at night. Our financial nervous system, and this, you can feel this, and you can put an amen in the chat. Most of our financial nervous system is broken, right? What we've been told, what we've been doing, what we've said, it's broken. And our financial nervous system is broken. That is the core of how people make decisions, is through their financial framework. And so as I've been thinking about this, as we've been building this whole system, and even writing a book about it, we have realized that we've been too quiet, that we actually created a framework, called the STILL method framework. It's not another task list. It's a pause. It's a guide. It is a way to stop, right? It is a way to slow down and ask yourself deeper questions so you can rebuild the financial system or the nervous system within us, because that's going to affect everything, right? And so what we've thought about, again, let me show you a diagram of what we've been really thinking about a lot. And now remember, I am a huge proponent of banking yourself. I am a huge proponent of legacy planning, of thinking about our kids and about doing the right things for them, right? That is for sure something that I am about, right? And I want to make sure you understand. It's not about just policies, it's not about annuities, it's not about all of the other things. Now, again, having a good plan, a good estate plan set up, and all of that is important, right? But here's the thing, we need something deeper. We need something better. So we need some changes at the root level, right? And so here's what we've been really thinking about. As we think about STILL, when we mention STILL, it is about moving from chaos, confusion, haphazard, anxious, overwhelming, stressful. These are our systems. It's our tax code. It's our financial system. It's our businesses. And I would say most people, whenever they avoid us or don't want to move forward, it's because they love chaos. I talked about this earlier, that they love to sit in chaos. They'll say they don't like it, but they do, right? And so living in chaos helps build us and make us feel whatever. Good, right? And so it just went off for a second. So let me share it again. So that was something that, again, if you didn't see that image, that was the image, right? Building the chaos. But we need STILL. STILL is setting your sights, tracking your in and out, inspecting your progress, looking for 1% and living deliberately. It is, again, setting your sights. It doesn't matter if it's money, policy, or any of this other stuff. Now, what do we do? I told you I'm a profit first person. I'm a bank on yourself person. Those are the fruits. Those are the pieces that come as we build it. That is financial sovereignty. It's having the right groundwork in place to be able to do the right things. But if we don't have the right motives, goals, all of that in place, I don't care what tracking you do, right? Most of the time we're tracking and we don't even know. We haven't even sat with that stuff. I've talked to 70-year-olds all the time that they say, that's a great question when I ask, what are your dreams and goals, right? And so setting your sights, tracking your in and out, inspecting your progress, looking for 1% and living deliberately, this is very easy, or a practice that reinforces and rechanges what our mindset should be, right? Because then if we're going through this daily, kind of like working out, then we can move, make micro adjustments. Again, that's part of the still method that we can then use. And then as profit first goes, it helps water, helps build. And then we have the banking yourself tools, right? And it becomes a even um, greater thing, right? And so that was something that I've been thinking about, and we're like, oh, this is what we do, profit first, but how do we explain it? And people don't get it. But this is it. This is it. It is building the clarity from the beginning, right? And so that's again something that we have been thinking about a lot, and it's getting kind of annoying, actually, to say the least, that people just want us to be in one bucket. They want us to just do this thing, and then we do the financial analysis and we see them drop off and we're like, oh my gosh, here's the chaos coming in again. And we know for sure that this is what's happening for them, right? And so that is I don't know how to say this. It gets so frustrating when it's kind of like your kids, that that what you're going to tell them, and what if they move in this direction, it will help them, but yet they keep going in the wrong direction, and they're like, yeah, but I just got to figure it out on my own. And then they're 70 years old, and they're coming to you saying, I wish somebody would have told me this 20 years ago. And then the 20-year-old says, I just want to make my own mistakes. And it gets kind of laughable at times, right? And I'm not trying not to be a jerk about it, but the reality is it goes back to the still. It goes back to what we want, and I wonder if sometimes what we say we want is we say it because we value chaos over the other side. We value the whole, that we would rather be in chaos than have clarity and all of that. And so we also have this. I'm going to show you this one real quick. Was another image that we've been thinking about. And then I'm going to do a quick invite. And if you have questions, put them in the comments. I would love to hear, does this resonate with you? Because I'm going to be talking about this a lot. Because I am realizing we write the book, we understand this, we need to build our nervous system in a better place because the world needs us to. Our kids need us to step up to this, right? We have to. There's no one that we can go to for help. And so look at this. This is the still inner clarity. Look in the policies. And again, estate planning. When people say, well, you just think about this, I'm like, that's looking at the branches. It's looking at the trees. We need to look at the core. And so what we've been, again, thinking about is we need to step out of going from, hey, we just want the fruit, to what is the heart of what we do, right? And what is the heart of what you want to do? And if you don't know what you want to do, I can't help you, right? But if you kind of have an idea, and you're willing to do the steps, setting your sights, tracking your in and out, inspecting your progress, looking for 1%, and living deliberately, then you will reach some of those goals, right? It's kind of like going to the gym. A person who is what is that? The gym trainers, right? they can't help you if you're not going to actually go there and show up. They're there to help you, but you have to actually do the work, right? And that's the bigger part of what's happening here. I think that still is the new strong. I think that we need to stop. People are saying this all the time, that still is the stopping is really, really important. People are telling me it's that renaissance time. It's that thinking time, that we need to stop and think. And more people are moving into that and saying these kind of things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we wrote this book. We've been doing this for a while, and now it's cool. Apparently now we're cool because now we've been saying it, and so Amanda even wrote the book on it, and so it's kind of interesting that now people are like, we need to slow down, we need to stop moving so fast and really think about what we're doing. That's the still method. So when people mention that, and I'm like, here you go, here's this, they're like, oh well, that's a cool idea. But whatever, it's really interesting, as we've been thinking about it a lot. So here's the thing, I want to invite you guys. I'm more of the 8 on the Enneagram, the angry dad, the one that's saying, hey, just step up and go to the gym already, right? Stop complaining, and just do the work. Well, that's me. Amanda, she's a little more nice. And so she has done a lot of work on this. We've created, again, the creator of the STILL method, the financial guide for business owners, stewards, and peace driven leaders. This, if we have the clarity in our bones, we will be able to do amazing stuff. So if you look here, go to, and I'll share this here. I'm going to add it to the bottom here. But with this, joinstill.gumroad.com. We are stepping into this more. We are working on updating our website to include this more, to step into this thing more, because that's what we do. We are wanting to help your financial nervous system. We are not just financial sellers, snake oil salesmen, or whatever you want to call it, that people like want to say, well, you're just doing this or that. No, we know that the bank and yourself policies help. They help to reinforce the STILL method and reinforce our goals and bring legacy and all that stuff. But what we know is this core thing that we're doing, we need to step into it more. We need to start speaking into it more. So if you go on Substack, you can hear Amanda speak on that. In the Substack world, counterflow movements, you'll see more articles. Follow us, because we're going to start stepping into this more. If you know people that need to hear this message, let us know. But first and foremost, here's what I want to share with you today. This is the STILL Starter Circle. We've made a custom GPT that has this whole book in the GPT, right? It has the whole thing. And I don't know if you can see me. I think I did a main screen, but it has the whole book sharing there, right? And so with that, again, this whole book is in our custom GPT that we've created. We know a lot about AI now. We've been playing with it a lot more. And what the STILL Starter Circle does, it's only $49. So it is really cheap to have a custom GPT that can help guide you with our book and almost have Amanda in your pocket. And that's pretty amazing. But here's what is happening with the STILL Starter Circle. Now, again, you've done all the research, you've done the spreadsheets. We want to help you build clarity. We want to help you have more confidence in your finances. Not about a checklist. It's about how do we best position. So this one, for example, is August 12th at 8:30 Eastern. There's 3 of them. So if you click on the link, there are 3 spots to go find it. Now, it's a couple weeks away, but this is something that we are, again, releasing the STILL GPT. we are actually going to give you a deal. If you come into this and you don't get a breakthrough, we'll give you 25 bucks from Amazon, right? I mean, come on. And so and it's like $15 for the class, right? There. So this is the thing. It's up to you. Like if you want to stay living in chaos, that's okay. Most people do, right? Most people will not move into clarity. It's like those people that want to go to the gym. They say they're going to go to the gym, but they still keep eating ho-hos every night, right? That's fine. You're not the people I'm talking to. But if you want to change your financial system, if you want to like really almost change, have a financial revolution, like thinking about how we do money differently, then join the Still Starter Circle, because what we're going to do is create the Still Circle. We're going to have other programs that we are using, because honestly, we've learned a ton. We've run businesses, we've sold businesses, and well, Amanda's pretty good. She's also a psychology major, so that whole thing of our financial um, system, nervous system, came from her, right? And so those are things that we want to help you build. So again, this isn't that expensive, but if you go to joinstill.gumroad.com, love to have you. Love to help you break through to a smart, stable financial future, where as you go through life, as you implement the still as the core DNA of what you do, that you're able to do amazing things. Then you add in profit first. The profit first then feeds into still, right? And then because all of that's happening, you're making money because the systems are working, and it's not just the systems of which um, CRM am I using and all this other stuff, but the systems that are core in here, right? Because there's a lot of broken data in our heads, and there's a lot of systems that are told to us that, Uncle Joe, who's not a financial professional, telling us what we should do, or Dave Ramsey speaking into our earbud saying these certain things and you're stupid, right? Those are the things that we want to challenge and change. Right. And so I'm going to start coming on here more often and sharing and going from the heart, because this is passionate to me. And again, I'm really tired of kind of just going through trying to help people, giving them information. And Amanda's a teacher, so she loves to teach. And all our content is amazing, but it's really hard when it's very educational, right? And there's a lot of complexity in the financial world, but with complexity, and that's why I think it's actually on the chaos side. Complexity is chaos, right? Well, we need to go back to still. Why do I want this? What's the point of an annuity versus banking yourself? Those kind of things then help us to then know what products and what systems or what things do we need to accomplish, right? So if you want to be a part of the movement, the counterflow movement, go to joinstill.gumroad.com. And I would love, love, love to have you there. So that's something that we are for sure wanting to help people in. And let me show you the Substack. Uh, and that's something that I guess I'm back here. That was a bit weird. So anyway, what happened was my computer decided to just freeze on me. So I'm not sure even where it was at, but we're back. So anyway, with all of that. with everything I've shared, we are more and more passionate. We are really wanting to help people break through to a smart, stable financial future. And we are tired of just sitting on the sidelines and people just saying, "Well, you're just doing life insurance policies, and that's what you focus on or whatever." We want to change the paradigm of the financial world, right? That's us. That's what we want to accomplish. And so if that resonates with you, put it in the chat. I'd love to know if you're here, if this is making sense. I know there's a couple people watching me. If this makes sense, let me know, because I don't want to be just fighting for us. I want to, like, we are passionate people. We we're people that want to make a difference in the world, and we see that the world is honestly, um, that people, the stats on people and their financials are bad. The stats on people's human health is bad. It's like psychology, psychiatry, all that stuff. Health in um, all the other areas, and I'm just really, for me, I'm just like, okay, what are we doing about this? Like, how do we help more people? And so that's where we are at, where we want to help more individuals go get through and understand maybe what's happening in their heads between their priorities needs to be readjusted. Like, and again, the still method and what we are sharing, I'm going to go back and share this again, since who knows where it froze. Um, that those things really matter, right? And so let's go back here, and this is the still starter circle. It's to rewire your money stress in 90 minutes. We want to help you figure that out, think through setting your sights, tracking your in and out, inspecting your progress, doing all of those things, right? And also with this, creating a custom GPT that helps you ask the right questions with it, not in judging or in any of that, but helping have clarity, not just budgeting, right? But where and how do we do this in the right way that helps heal us, not hurt us, right? Where we're not being told you're stupid for buying a car and being in debt, whenever, or going to college, for example. Anybody who has debt is an idiot. Like, those kind of things don't help, right? But what we want to make sure that we do is help people have the right framework to then be able to move forward. And if they want to leave that legacy for their kids, well, it starts with, again, setting your sights, tracking, inspecting, looking for 1% and living deliberately. My son knows the still method, right? He understands it and says it back to us, right? And he's seeing, so it's more than just money. It's way more than that. And so those are, again, things that we think about a lot. We think about that all the time. And as we help people, that most of the time it's about asking um, the question of where do you want to go. This is questions we ask all the time. What are your goals? Where do you want to be in 5 years? And those things really matter, right? And so that's where we're leading with this, where we're creating the counterflow movement and wanting to help more people understand and help them have clarity around their finances, because it starts with that. Moving from chaos to clarity starts with you. And so, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm not sure where it ended and where I need to cut off, but um, all of this is the reason we do our business, the reason we are passionate about this, and why we're creating even a still. This is it. We have a still GPT, another one that we've built, testing, and it is actually out there. It's done, right? So we have a still GPT where it has the books, the things right here, and I'm able to ask questions. What would Amanda do, right? And it's adding the banking yourself, profit first system. It's all there. It is part of this. And so that's what's pretty amazing to me, that we now can have the technology to put this book that we have into the GPT and be able to add more to it. And so with the still circle, those are things that we are again having right now. The still circle is introductory to the still um, world, joining the still circle and getting that 30 days for the GPT, right? And so with that, I'm loving what we're going to put out there. If you have questions, reach out to us. I'm rambling now. I don't know how much broke off or not. And so I want to do more lives. If you want to come on and talk about this stuff, we are not stopping. So join still.gumroad.com. We'd love to have you. And I know if you do it and you are part of that for just 90 minutes, it will change your life. Um, Too much is at stake here. Our kids need us to slow down. Our kids need us to go in the right direction. And so that's what we're going to do. And I would love to have you. So join still.gumroad.com. You'll start seeing stuff on the website. We'll eventually start changing all of that. I think we've been too behind the scenes on this. We know, and we have been too quiet about this expert that Amanda did with the five smooth stones thing. We have been too, like, I don't know. It makes sense for us, but we have to. We have to. It is imperative that we think about this. That we think about. I was trying to find our website here, but that we build the trees for our family. Like that is, it is imperative that we make the paradigm shift, because no one's coming to help us, right? We need to step in and understand how money works. We've been all like kind of told a lie on the whole financial system, and we know it. You know it. So let's make a difference. There again, still circle. These are the dates. Come join us. Love to have you. And we will talk to you next time.